Coach, when did you know that Kaepernick was going to be your starter? At what point did you see that in his eyes that he was going to be your starter at some point?
Well, the way he played, and really Colin deserves all the credit for the way he's produced, the ways he's acquitted himself in these games. Our team has great faith in him. The thing you see in his eyes is, the competitive fire, the poise beyond his years, and those things and more.
What did you learn in your playing career that you've been able to pass along? Andrew Luck, Alex Smith, Kaepernick, they all have great success under you. Did you learn some things in your professional career that's helped them?
Again, those men have done it on their own merits and through a lot of hard work, blessed with talent from mom, dad, and God, and tremendous work ethic.
Coach, am I giving a heartfelt message for service members serving overseas that are going to be watching the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Yes, I mean there's so many things that we try to be about that you do every day. Biggest thing is that you lay it on the line. We try to emulate that. We try to be about that. It's not in the same manner that you do, but we're inspired by your example.
The NFC West has some significant defensive lines that you guys fought 6 times. Do you think that'll help prepare you for what the Ravens are?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of great defensive lines that we face this season. A lot of different challenges. It seems like a lot of different weeks we go into a game and coaching staff or media or players on the team is saying you guys have a huge challenge this week. That defense line is considered one of the best in football. We welcome that, and we love the competition that brings and the pressure. I think that's one of the things I love about this group is that we get up for that pressure. We really welcome that. And, this game in this week is going to be no different.
A lot of people thought 13-3 was a little bit of a fluke last year, and then you guys are back in the NFC title game, obviously now in the Super Bowl. Can you talk about building on last year's NFC Championship game?
Last year was a great motivation, I think, for the offseason. We were all talking about, the talent that we had in the football squad to get to that point that we did last year. But now, this new season, it really was a new season, and we kind of approached it that way. I think the urgency was there. We knew that this wasn't going to be something that could come around all the time. In this league, a lot of things change season to season. So there was a lot of motivation in the offseason and the workouts just to really take advantage of the opportunity that we had this year with the talent and the roster and the coaching staff. And we're just happy to be at this point and that we made it happen.
Joe, in the Super Bowl, and I have tremendous amount of gratitude to our players and our coaches for making that happen. The credit really belongs with those men. And we just want to do everything that we can, everything that's in our power to put us in the most advantageous position to win the football game. Our football team is a focused team. They're focused on unity, they're focused on winning, more so than any other team I've ever been around or have observed, and I think that bodes very well for us.
Nieve?
Yeah, that's good, man.
A lot of nieve.
Patrick, Harbaugh just said this was the most unified team that he's ever been around. Can you talk about that and how you've helped to build that?
Yeah, he is, man. Coach Harbaugh is right. I really feel like this is one of the most unified teams that I know that I've been a part of, in my 6 years, and really just one of the most unified teams I've been a part of since I've been playing sports, period. And a lot of that goes to, like I said, we had a lot of guys on our team when Coach Harbaugh got here that wanted to win. A lot of guys who were willing to sell out. But I think when Coach Harbaugh came, he really just made us feel at peace. He gave us a new way of thinking, gave us a new way of being together. Gave us a new way of learning how to build camaraderie with one another, and then not to mention the coaching staff that he put in place. And I think with him as the head coach and the coaching staff that he put in place and the players that we had, I think it was just inevitable that I don't know how we ended up where we are today. So, my hat goes off to Coach Harbaugh for that, and the assistant coaches, and really just our players for buying in.
A lot of people thought 13-3. A lot of people thought 13-3 was a fluke last year, and you guys built on it and actually repeated to win the West and now in the Super Bowl. Can you talk about how you silenced the doubters and did it again? No media bias here. I'm
Yeah.
certainly not biased in that.
Yeah, really, it's one of the things that, coming into going into the season last year, not having a new coaching staff, coming off a lockout, you had every opportunity to have every excuse you wanted to have, if you did not have a good season. But what he told us during training camp, what he told us during the right before the season started, he said, you know what? We would have no excuses. We would go out, we would prepare each week, and we would go out and we would play, and we let the chips lay where they may, but we would not make any excuses like, oh, we didn't have enough time to prepare, or we didn't have an all season. So we bought into that. We bought into that early on, and we were able to have the season that we had last year, and we was one game short of being able to make it here to the Super Bowl, and really when we came back this year, we pretty much, with some add-ons that we added on, pretty much had like the same team, and so therefore, when we sat down and we done our goal sheets during training camp, it's one of the things where we say, we still have it here. There's no question about that. We still have what it takes. We still believe in one another, and last year wasn't just a fluke. So we got to go out this year, and who knows, the record may not be 13-3, it may not be pretty, but you know what? All we got to do is get in those playoffs, and we can make a run from there, and we are.
You have an extra week of preparation. Does Coach Harbaugh kind of get like crazy mad scientist with this extra week and getting creative with the offense?
Well, we started last week putting in place and things like that. As far as being creative, it's just like the next game for us, but it means a lot more. So we can't get overwhelmed with this thing. We just got to go into it with a great game plan and the will to win attitude.
Can you talk about Kaepernick's abilities and how he makes this offense so much more multi-layered?
Well, Cap is the man. For one, he's the man. Happy to have him be a part of this team. He's a tremendous athlete. He's very talented. He can do a lot of things with his feet and his arm. So that's what makes him unique to this team.
Talk about the fact that you're bringing the pistol offense to the NFL. It's largely seen as a college system, and here you're able to pull it off in the NFL and now take it to the Super Bowl.
It's another change-up for offense. Makes defenses look at another thing, makes them adjust to another thing. So anything we can do to get an advantage.
Dante Whitner said that you're the hardest working guy on the team. Brennan Davis says you're the man. How do you handle such high praise from veterans being a young guy in the league?
I think it means you have to keep doing it. You have to keep working hard. You have to keep performing because they're looking at you in that light.
What did you learn from last year's NFC title game loss that's helped you this year?
I never want to feel that feeling again.
Here with Alex Boone. Alex, can you talk about how the Niners last year, 13-3, a lot of people thought that was a fluke, but you guys actually built on it. The record might not be as good, but you're in a better situation.
Absolutely, and I think it just speaks volumes about this team and the coaching staff. And Coach Harbaugh came in and said we're going to work hard every day, and it's going to pay off. And it's been a rough road, and we practice hard, and we were here for long hours, but it's really paid off.
What do you feel like that loss has taught you to help you in this game?
Oh, just that don't take anything for granted, and we got to focus in, dial in, and really I think enjoy the moment. This is a once in a lifetime moment. Enjoy it, but understand that we're here for a business trip.
Are you wearing the rhino underneath your jersey here?
Yes, of course I am.
Of course, tell us that story about the rhino. It's one of the better stories in sports right now.
I was at the zoo and ended up talking to the people, and they were showing us around, and they were telling us about how they got this new rhino in, and they were looking for a name, and they kind of were like, hey, you guys kind of look alike, and you kind of, play around a lot together, and so I ended up naming the rhino after me.
Of all animals to have named after you, though, a rhino's pretty rad. I mean, that kicks ass.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The most unbelievable thing. And there's only 800 rhinos in the world.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. So what type of animal do you think Kaepernick should be named after?
Oh, boy. A mongoose? I don't know. Just unbelievable player.
Right. Can you talk about him? At what point did it sink in that this is the guy? There's no quarterback controversy here.
I think, Chicago, he did a great job. And, under the lights, big game, huge pressure, and he just went out and performed so well. And then I think when we came here to play the Saints, it was, let's see what happens. It's a hostile environment. It's going to be loud. Let's see how he performs. And, he's done a great job taking steps the entire way. And, Alex has been helping him every step of the way. And, this offense is so diverse, and Giro does a great job of just mixing it up, changing it up on everybody. And I can't imagine how he thinks of these plays, but I want to see him just in a room for 30 minutes. He's unbelievable.
What type of the cuisine are you sampling here in New Orleans?
Everything. They have great food down here. Love it. But I got to watch my weight.
Right, yeah. Girlish figure there. Girlish figure. Lastly, as a 49er fan, I know I hide it very well, but I'm just going to let it out right now. I am a huge 49ers fan. I host a sports talk radio show in Southern California. This means a lot. What does it mean for you guys to be bringing such recognition to a really proud NFL franchise?
Oh, it's huge, and to be here in this game right now, it's awesome. But like you said, this team used to be a dynasty, and we're trying to bring that back to San Fran.
No pressure, huh?
No pressure.
All right, Alex, thanks. Chris Culver here. Chris, hi, my name is Julie Buehler. I'm with Team 1010 KXPS, Southern California. You actually follow me on Twitter. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know, but I'm glad I do.
Thank you. How involved are you on Twitter? Do you enjoy it? Do you kind of think it's a means to an end as far as building a brand for yourself as a professional athlete, or is it just kind of fun for you?
It's just kind of fun, and it does brand yourself out there and let people know what type of activities you having, whether it's a sign or whether it's just just a typical day having fun or something, or whether it's just speaking to people saying good morning or something, So
sometimes people think Twitter can get you in trouble. What's your take on that?
It can if you just post negative things and negative vibes, but if you stay away from the negativity, then your Twitter should be all right.
You're gonna be okay. 140 characters at a time.
Yeah, well, that's just all the haters that be out there just hating on us, and they thought last year was a fluke, but this year we're in the Super Bowl, so what do they think that is?
Jim Harbaugh's quite an interesting character. What's he like as a head coach? What's he like to be around? Give us pull the curtain back a little bit.
He's good. He's fun. He tells you what's on his mind. Like if you staring at him or something, they be like, "What you looking at?" But he a fun dude. He has swag, so he's a good coach.
I'm sort of a Niners fan. I don't know if you noticed that, but man, I'm wearing 8 though. Until another quarterback brings us a Super Bowl, I'm sticking with the 8 jersey.
So you're gonna put that 7 on? Okay.
Yeah, tell you the truth, I told my listeners that I'm wearing the jersey until the Niners win the Super Bowl. So can you please do it for me this year?
All right, I got you.
Thanks. The Ray Lewis media contingent. Right. Keeps going. More. And the Dennis Pitta media contingent. Yep. Dennis, I'll wait for you, buddy. I'll wait for you, Dennis. Let's have a conversation. Dennis, what do you make of the Niners media bias that's out there?
What do you mean by that?
Well, it seems a lot of people are rooting for the Niners, thinking the Niners are going to win. Just wondering your take on it.
I noticed you have a 49ers jersey on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think this is an honest question.
I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to what people have been saying. So I know we just came from Baltimore, where there's a whole lot of Ravens fans. So
what do you think of the perceived bias in the media towards the 49ers? It seems a lot of people are picking the 49ers and confident that they'll be victorious. Do you have any statement about that?
No, that's why we play the game. So, we've been the underdogs all season, so why change that now?
You have been the underdogs throughout this postseason in particular. Do you feel like that's really helped you guys? Is that something that you've embraced?
No, we just, as a team, come together and we're just going to fight and battle throughout this season, throughout the postseasons.
Okay. What's your message to Niner fans out there?
Oh, I have no message.
What have you been doing for fun out here?
Oh, no fun. It's a business trip.
We're here with Raymond Harewood, guard and tackle for the Ravens. First question, your birthday is Super Bowl Sunday. You are the only person between both teams to have that distinction. What would it be like to get your birthday present to be a Super Bowl ring?
Phenomenal. I don't think it's too many words I can use to explain that feeling.
And what do you think about the media bias? It seems most people are picking the Niners. A lot of people think the Niners are going to win this game. What's your message to all the Niner fans out there?
I really don't have a message for Niner fans. Actions speak louder than words. We've been used to that all year long. They really never gave us a chance. Denver, New England, all that. So, we kind of used to being the underdogs, and we won't have it any other way.
What do you make of the media picking the Niners and having a pretty strong bias in all their analysis?
I love being the underdog. Nobody expects you to win, so when you do win, it's a shock to the world. But it's not a shock to us, though, because we were prepared.